Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. This is my watch along for Sunderland against Spurs. Plus, we'll be keeping an eye on what's going on at Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and Newcastle United, and at the City Ground as Nottingham Forest host Aston Villa, who have been forced into a late change. Emi Martinez has been replaced in goal by Bizot. So I think Martinez has got injured in the warm-up. So there's a very, very late change to starting 11 to Aston Villa. Just 15 minutes until kickoff across the 3 games. Let me just make sure I've got everything rocking and rolling at my end. And then I'll start having a little chat with you all and saying hello to you all. There we go. That's up and running there. That's all running. The widget is not spinning. There we go. The widget should start spinning in a minute. This widget here, where you've got all the teams and the statistics from the Stadium of Light. Anyway, how are you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm quite nervous, actually. I'm quite nervous. It's the unknown, isn't it? It's the unknown of Spurs. What are they going to be like under De Zerbi? And I'm not worried, because I've got no evidence to be worried. If anything, the evidence thus far with Spurs suggests don't be worried. Tyson Fury has won more games at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium than Tottenham Hotspur have. But they could improve. They could have the new manager bounce, and if you get that, you're going to stay up. Because usually a new manager bounce would consist of a couple of wins, wouldn't it? And if Spurs get that, they're going to be on the way to staying up. So I'm not going to lie, usually I do my best to be unbiased on this channel, and I am when discussing football. When I look back, if Spurs win and they play well, I will say Spurs have played well today. But right now, I am very much a Sunderland fan. I am very much an Aston Villa fan, and I couldn't really care what happens at Selhurst Park. And I'm very much a Manchester City fan at 4:30. See, a lot of Chelsea fans are Man City fans today. They just don't want Arsenal to win the title. Anyway, how you all doing? How you all feeling in the live chat? Let's have a little look. Regardless of who you support, let me know. Let's interact. I like to build a community here on Tartan, regardless of who you support. Connor's supporting Sunderland and Villa. Clearly a West Ham fan. I know he is. I know Connor's a West Ham fan. Paul's suggesting I do the entire watch along in a Mackem accent. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not very good. I'm out. Sorry. James says, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't Sunderland lost the last 3 home games? They have. But they've got players back now. Not so sure about 09 at right back. That's the only one that I was a bit with. But their midfield's back now. So Xhaka's back into the team. Alderete, is that centre back? Is Ballard partnering Alderete? I've not clocked that one, actually. It was Roof's back. Yeah, Roof's is back. No, it's not Ballard. Mukiele's partnering Alderete at the back, but that's good. But they've got Vinildo at left back. So 09's the only player, really, that I'm not convinced by. I think he'll be good enough for the Premier League one day. I'm talking about Chris Rigg here. 09's not someone I'm a big fan of. I think he's a good championship player, but he's done all right so far in the Premier League. He's been punching above his weight a little bit. As for the Spurs team, which is on the screen now, with Charleston, Slanky, Mwane front 3, Gallagher, Grayberg, Val in midfield, and Porro, Romero, Van der Vaart, Udogie. And on paper, it's a good team, but this is the same team that's got them in the bottom 3, so I'm not too fussed. Jada said I was late. I wasn't actually. I'll tell you why. I pushed on my software that I'm using to stream. I pushed start streaming, and it took a few seconds for YouTube to pick it up and go, "Yep, you're good to go." It was get preparing stream, excellent connection, preparing stream, and then when I speak, there's about 15 seconds before you actually hear it. So when I go like this, you will actually hear it and see it 15 seconds after I've done it. There's a little bit of a lag between this and what you see. Anyway, Martin, basically, I'm on time, Jazza, Ryan, Lim. Piss off, I'm on time, all right? Martin says, I'm part of his match day ritual. Game on TV, me in the background. His son today is basing how we're watching the games around the watch along, not the other way around. That is commitment. Martin, if I could give you some form of VIP sticker, I would. Boxed Up's here, a Leeds United fan. No doubt supporting the same teams as the West Ham fans are supporting this afternoon. Just to confirm, he has. J47's still riding the high of a 4-0 win. Absolutely, me too. Adrian said, my father-in-law was from Sunderland. Hopefully he's up there cheering them on. Fingers crossed. We're cheering them on down here. Guys saying Bottle FC Gunners. Yeah, they are, aren't they? They absolutely are. Just choking. I was thoroughly enjoying that Bournemouth win yesterday. Probably helped that I began watching it in a good mood thanks to West Ham the night before. Charles said, I wonder how they would cope down the bottom end of the table. Are you referring to Sunderland, Trosh? Or Arsenal? Oh, no, it's Arsenal, sorry. His previous comment said, Arsenal fans went into meltdown last night wanting Arteta out. I think they're within the right. If they don't win the title, I think they're well within, or Champions League, I think they're well within their rights to want that, to be honest with you. Joe's nervous for this, heading to Seville for a few days. Love that. Well, enjoy Seville. Quite jealous. Is Sevilla playing whilst you're there? Are you getting in a Sevilla game? Alexandra saying 09's a liability. Lucky no pair against Leeds. Sent off after 2 minutes against Man City. And mistakes for the goal against Newcastle. It was a big mistake for the goal against Newcastle, weren't it? You could see he was relieved at the full-time whistle. Slim's got a treble on Sunderland, Villa and Man U. I like it. I like that. Ryan's complimenting my panel. Yeah, I've been getting advice from one of the subscribers, Andy, who's put paneling up previously in his profession. And then when I said I was going to get paneling, he's sent me hints and tips, and I've basically just used his hints and tips, and I've started it. So I've got got 2 panels up and 3 more to go. But I need to do over the weekend because I need Mrs. Gio to help hold it up while I make sure it's all lined up and everything's all straight and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and get the next one done. So next time you see me, the paneling might come to about here behind me. You never know, I might get on the roll and get the other 2 up tonight as well. Fingers crossed. But I've done the tricky bits. The first one had a light switch. The second one had a socket. But they're done now, so there's no more electrical points on the wall. So I'm hoping that they'll fly up okay. I just need to cut the bottom off and then slap it on the wall. Mark, it apparently does. It is apparently helps with acoustic. So we'll see. Maybe I need to shout or something. Gary needs to acknowledge his previous comment. I need to settle his nerves. Let me scroll back, Gary. Let me scroll back for you, my friend. Where is your comment? Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it, Gary. I'm scrolling. Here we go. Hey, Gio, what's the teams like? As I don't know much about their sides. All I can see is the beating and Spurs are favourites. What's your thoughts? Okay, brilliant. Right, let's do this then. Sunderland, like I said, 09 I'm not keen on. Mukiele, I think, has been possibly Sunderland's best player this season. I think there's 2 Sunderland players that I think would... They've actually got quite a few. I think Xhaka Mukiele is my sort of player of the season for Sunderland so far. I think Roofs is fantastic in goal. Aldereti's been absolutely brilliant. Ronaldo's okay, but it's their first choice left back. The right back's a bit of an issue. In midfield, they've got Sidiki Diarra, Xhaka back. It feels like it's been a while since I've seen them. It's probably not, but they've been missing quite a bit. Like the African Cup of Nations, where Xhaka been injured. So they've now got the first choice midfield 3 in there. Brian Brobby's been a right handful up front. I think he's been excellent for Sunderland this season. Lefay, I think, has really grown into the Premier League and taken to the league as well. Rigg, maybe not quite good enough for the Premier League yet, but I think he will be eventually. I think he will be. Young lad, but I quite like him. So 09's the one I'm a little bit concerned about. But apart from that, I'm happy with the rest of the Sunderland starting 11, Gary. As for the Spurs team, it's a good team on paper, but it's not the first time I've thought they had a good team on paper and they've got beaten. Number 6, can you get inserts for the boards? Hang the Fernandes shirt. Yeah, I've got my McTominay shirt. This shirt is gonna get sent away tomorrow or Tuesday. It's going away. I've actually got 2 McTominay shirts. but this one's from the club. So the other one's not from the club. The other one, someone got it signed for me, but someone that knows someone got McTominay to sign it at a Scotland training camp last year. But this I got from Napoli. Got from the club themselves. Hang on a minute, it's magnetic. That's the certificate gone. It's flowing off. Let me stretch and reach it from my foot. Welcome to Tartan Geo. You watch Geo try and catch things with his feet. My certificate from Napoli. And I've got my signed McTominay shirt here. So this is going to go away and get framed up. And then I'm hoping to get it on the wall. So there we go. Pop that back in there. So if anyone wants a signed Scott McTominay shirt, you're not getting this one, but you can have the other one. I can't remember what I paid. I'll check. I'll sell it for that price. I don't need to make money on it. There you go. Anyway, I got that because of Michael Carrick. 16-1 Michael Carrick was to be the next Man United manager once Amorim got the sack, and I thought, nah, they're going to get an interim manager. They're just going to get someone for the end of the season, and the rules of the rookies are if they do 10 games, they're considered, you get paid out. So even if you're a temporary manager, if you do 10 matches, you get paid out, and obviously there was more than 10 games till the end of the season. So I fancied them getting Carrick in. I think they'll get Michael Carrick in for the rest of the season, 16-1, good bet. So put my winnings from my previous bet on that. It paid out, and it paid for my McTominay shirt. So, free geomaths. Martin, am I nervous as this match that I am for Wolves? No, I'm quite relaxed, actually. Quite relaxed. I think my predictions are, what's everyone's score predictions? For all three games, Sunderland, Spurs, Forest, Villa, Palace, Newcastle. What's your predictions? I could see 3 draws. I've gone for a Newcastle win, then I've gone for a draw in this match and a draw in the Nottingham Forest Aston Villa game. I just want to say a massive thank you to Quiz, who's put an emoji of a black cat into live chat and a £5 super chat. Very, very kind. Thank you for your support, the support of the channel. And Gary as well with the £2 super chat saying, thank you, Gio. Wonder why they're favourites. Big club bias. It's the De Zerbi factor. That's all it is. Leeds, did you have the winner of the National? No, I did Johnny Who. I was sad. 3rd or 4th. It did a good run, but the way that Mackems is shortened, it was. I know someone had 100 grand on it, but apart from that, his price came in quite drastically. Anyway, Pitsy reckons Sunderland win 2-0. Barry says 3-1 Sunderland, 2-0 Villa. Super Hadj saying 4-1 Sunderland. Dennis is 2-1 Villa. Palace, Newcastle 1-1 and Sunderland 2-1. God, I'd love those results. Dennis, if you're right, I will be celebrating big time on here. King Cobra's 2-0 Sunderland. Nick is Sunderland 2, win 2-1. Villa to win 3-0. Leeds get beat 4-1. That would be very, very good for West Ham. As Wiki says, Villa's going to win 2-0. Sunderland win 2-1, but Spurs score first. Ooh, an extra prediction. And Palace to win 1-0. Paul's too nervous to watch a Sunderland game, so watching Forest Villa, which should be more enjoyable. Well, I know your excellent commentary. Well, I'll do my best, Paul. More of a watch along this one. I will tell you the highlights, but I'll be interacting with the live chat a lot as we go. Bronson reckons 2-1 Sunderland, Newcastle 2-0 and 1-1 between Forest and Villa. Catherine's gone for 2 draws and a Spurs defeat. David Shears kindly donated £2 to the channel. Thank you very much. Oh, my clock. Let me get my clock ready. Spurs will get us underway at the Stadium of Light. I'm a little bit behind for those watching on the TV because I'm on the iPad. Hopefully by next season I'll have a TV in the room. And there's a Sky dish on the house. For those asking what the weather's like, it appears to be dry and sunshine at the Stadium of Light at the minute. Not like here. We had hailstones not that long ago. Anyway, we're underway. Still feeling pretty calm despite this being an important game for West Ham. A huge game for Spurs. We'll be keeping an eye on what's going on between Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. As Diarra commits a foul on Conor Gallagher. He's someone that De Zerbi needs to get up and running. Gallagher's not been very good yet for Spurs, has he? And there was a lot of Spurs fans not too keen on this signing. And it wasn't really anti-Conor Gallagher. It was anti, player profiles. Like, do we really need this type of midfielder when we've got Sarr, we've got Bergvall, we've got Gray? Do we really need Conor Gallagher? I think they were hoping for someone a bit more creative. Obviously, with Kulusevski out for the season, Maddison's out for a little while, Kudus was out for a little while, so they thought, right, we need to get someone in to add that creativity. A chance here for Solanke. He cuts it back for Richarlison. Oh, it's still bouncing around here. Poto! And Roofs keeps a hold of it. Half a chance that for Spurs. Solanke done really well. Nice little cutback. But it was well defended in the end. Let me see who it was for Sunderland. I think it was 09, funnily enough, who got his foot on that and just got it away before Bergvall could think about pulling the trigger from a short distance. James is correct. 09's at centre-back, Mukiele at right-back, which is probably good for Sunderland's attacking opportunities here. As Mukiele's just won the ball from Bergvall. He crosses it, and Romero gets a clearance on it. Thank you very much. All boxed up, saying, great channel. Hope you enjoyed the 50. I hope you do as well. We all need the same thing. Well, West Ham fans and Leeds fans, we need the same thing today. Richarlison did well there to pounce on a Sunderland mistake, but couldn't find Solanke. It's been an energetic start from Spurs so far in the first 3 minutes. Miles has got a horrible feeling that Spurs will win. I can understand that. Chris is more nervous for this game than he was for the Wolves game. Really hope the Sunderland support get right behind the team like they can do. They will. They can get European football. Sunderland can still get European football. It's maybe not the favourites for it. I still suspect Brighton's going to overtake Brentford personally, but they'll be up for it. As they come away here, Diarra finding Brian Brobby. Come on, Sunderland. I wonder how fragile this Spurs team's early enthusiasm is. I think it's easy for De Zerbi to get them up for this one. I think it's easy for him to get them fired up. But if they got a goal down, that's what I'm intrigued. How will they keep their heads up? Will their heads drop? So at the minute, you'll have the De Zerbi factor. You'll have the new manager factor. But if Sunderland start leading, will that disappear quickly? That's what I'm intrigued by. I'm very fascinated by the mentality and the psychological impact of things in football. That's why I think it was a big win for West Ham, just getting over that barrier. Can you win when the pressure's on? Yes, we can. Metal on both legs, thank you very much for the £2 super chat. There's no adverts on this video. Hopefully there's an advert when you click on it. But once you're in it, you're in it. YouTube trying to bribe me. Here we go. Moani's on the ball for Spurs. Good run by Solanke. Just pulling that back. Goes for Richarlison. Into the hands of Roofs. That's a good little break for Spurs. Another shot on target for them. Quite a big gap there between the Sunderland midfield and defence, which Moani just ran into. And Solanke's run just dragged that Sunderland defence to the edge of their box, creating a little bit of space for Richarlison. Good striker play there by Solanke, in my opinion. It's a promising start for Spurs, though. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be quite pleased with what I'm seeing. But Brobby with a lovely ball out there to Mukiele on the right-hand side. A chance for Sunderland now to get forward. Looks for Diarra. He finds Diarra. And it hits Romero, goes out for a corner kick. Sunderland fans behind the goal wanting a penalty, but it's not for me. Even if it does hit his hand, it's not for me. I'm a bit of a... I know this may not be the rules in football, but my rule of thumb is, was the hand in a natural position? Then again, Ryan Christie's arguably was yesterday for Arsenal's penalty, but it was high, you know, with his body, weren't it? Right, corner kick for Sunderland. Come on, Sunderland. Xhaka just going over to take the corner. Switch of corner kick taker at the last minute here. As a Black Cat skipper goes over there. So it's going to be an in-swinger instead of an out-swinger. Come on, Xhaka. Kinski in goal for Spurs. You want Sunderland just to test him early on, just to see how nervous he is after what happened in the Champions League. And it comes from Xhaka. It's deep. Oh, it's tipped over the bar by Kinski. Right under the crossbar. I like a corner kick like that. I like someone that can take a corner and land it right under the bar. Good whip on that from Xhaka. I tell you what, he hit that sweet. Not sure it would have crept in. I think it might have hit the bar, but not a corner to Sunderland over on the other side now. Leafy will take this one, so we've got another in-swinger. It's in the 6-yard box, headed away. It's a shot by Rigg, but it's not a great one. There's a break here for Spurs. But Michele does well, and Siddiqui's just had to get there before Mwani, and he does, but the Spurs striker looks like he's in pain. Play continues, however, as it should. Spurs wanting to play stopped, but it's not a head injury. Continue. I hate the way that football these days has... It's going to go out for a goal kick, and now Spurs will be able to get Mwani some treatment. I hate how there's almost like an expectation now that when a player goes down, the team with the player down look at the other team and say, well, stop the game. Piss off, man. Just get on with it. It's not a head injury. Tough. And also, footballers, in my opinion, right, need to go back to real shin guards. Do you know the shin guards they wear now? You can't even call them shin guards anymore because, well, they ain't guarding anything. They're shin pads now. But they're like that size. They're the size of a Tic Tac box, aren't they? They're tiny little things. And I'm convinced that example there, had they just wore normal shin guards, it wouldn't hurt. You wouldn't get a kick on the bone, which will hurt. Bring back old school shin guards, and that'll stop a lot of this. Well, it won't stop the rolling around, but it'll stop you actually getting hurt. Tell you, when I played football, right, if I wore like that little things, I think I'd have had my leg broken on a couple of times a season. They'll go back to it eventually. I'm telling you now, it might take a couple of years, but something's going to happen. Someone's going to get their legs snapped in like 3 places, and there will be an argument of, well, if he had the old shin guards on, it'd have been okay. And they'll end up going back to it that you have to wear them. Johnny saying Sandiko. Funny enough, that's what I used to wear, Johnny. And Robbie's got the ball here. He's holding off the Spurs defence, but he couldn't quite turn and shoot or find a Sunderland player to lay off. But the Sandiko shin guards is what I used to wear. And when I was like... I must have got them when I was like 10 years old. I was still wearing them when I was like 15. They were just... I reckon if some geezer had been wearing my Sandiko shin guards at Chernobyl, I reckon when you went to visit the site, I reckon those shin guards would have been intact. The burnt corpse would have been laying there with Sandiko shin guards on, perfectly intact. Is Sandiko still on the go? I don't even know if they're still on the go anymore. Probably not. They've gone bust because of all these little things. Tim saying, don't get this on Sky. Exactly. We discussed the real problems of football here. No XG. No XG here. We discuss shin guards. Anyway, just over 10 minutes gone. It's been a bright start by Spurs, but Sunderland have looked okay as well, actually. Sunderland have had enough opportunities to... They certainly get the crosses in. They've certainly got crosses going into the box, but not connected with one just yet. The closest anyone's come to scoring is Granit Xhaka taking a corner that had to get tipped over the bar. Well, I'm pleased to say Dean's confirming Sandiko's still on the go. Good. What's happening? Is anyone watching? Is anyone in the live chat watching the Nottingham Forest Villa game? I imagine there's a couple. Ah, here we go. Perfect. I was just away to say what's happening. DJ says Villa in control at Forest. Well, that's what I like to hear. Nigel, I've got an email address. It's geomackyvideos@gmail.com. So I don't know how well you know me, Nigel, so I will spell it for you. It's GEO Mackie, MACKIE, and then videos@gmail.com. It should be in the description of the video, Nigel. Mookie Ali, just getting a little warning here from the referee. I need to have a look and see what he did. I was busy spelling out my email address. Well, people disagree with DJ because Mark's saying Villa are not in control and Nick's saying that Forest have had Villa in the half for the last 5 minutes. As long as it comes through that Villa are 1-0 up, I don't really mind. Anyway, Spurs are going to sound this free kicking from deep. Porto goes to the back post for Romero. It's well overhit and it's straight out for the goal kick to Sunderland. Oh, DJ only watched the first 6 minutes. There you go. You could have added that the first time, DJ. Hey, Avid saying Forest have been on the up. That's not reassuring. That's not good news. Saying that, Villa let you have the ball a little bit. Villa are not really the kind of team that really dominates you, in my opinion. They don't mind you having the ball on occasions, and you will get chances against them. Anyway, Xhaka on the ball here. Under pressure from Gallagher. Referee plays advantage. Leify's under pressure. And the referee gives the foul, the initial foul on Xhaka. It was Bergvall, not Gallagher. Similar hairlines these days, those two. Oh no, it was Gallagher. I was right the first time. Gallagher's the 2 fouls. Anyway. Gallagher's adjusting his headband. Keeps the hair out of his eyes as Granit Xhaka, who doesn't need a headband as he's got short hair, goes to take the free kick. Come on, get this in the box. Where's Alderete? He's going to make a deep run, Alderete. I'm just looking at him. He's quite a few yards deeper than Spurs defence are on the line on the box, and all the Sunderland players in between them except Alderete. He's the one that's going to make a run here. And he was looking for him, Xhaka. Porto got his head to it and did go to Alderete, who's putting a cross first time, but it's straight into the hands of Kinski. Hey, Ian, I've got your first half. I assume you've got another bit to come here, which is, I know you can't do anything about it, but table's showing. I assume there's a second part to your message here. As a stop and play, as Brobby absolutely clattered Romero there. That's one way to get Romero fired up. Just absolutely bodied him. 0-0 at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, Spurs 0. It's been a busy opening 15 minutes, despite not loads of things happening just yet. As Kinski will take the free kick. Ian, yes, there you go. Yeah, they are only a point behind us. It's a live table, so it's added on a point for the Sunderland Spurs game as it's still 0-0. So Sunderland take the lead, they'll drop down, and Spurs take the lead. It'll give them an extra 2 and they'll go back above us. So that's the league table that you see on the screen is a live league table. It's taking into consideration the current scores. Anyway, Siddiqui gives it into Xhaka, out to Lefi, who's got a bit of space to run into here. Looks for Brobbey. Oh, just couldn't quite get there. Romero got tangled up a little bit. And he got something on it, Romero, and it was just enough to guide it towards Kinski. If he didn't quite get that on or didn't get anything on it, Brobbey was in. Ooh. Anyway, Siddiqui's on the ball here for Sunderland. They're high at the pitch. Ronaldo goes back to Xhaka. Brobbey, Lefi and Diarra all in the box currently. Just patient at the minute, Sunderland. Avid likes the look of Brobbey. I like the look of him too. He's better than I thought he would be. And how Sunderland Spurs started, it's quite energetic from both teams actually. I think both teams have made a half decent start. Spurs had a couple of early opportunities, but the last 5-10 minutes I think Sunderland have really been imposing themselves on the game though. Oh, 9 on the ball at the minute. Everyone quite high up for Sunderland here. Only Alderete's not in the Spurs third. Even though 9's right up there trying to be that extra man in the build-up. Xhaka gives it to Ronaldo. Back to Lefi. Back to Ronaldo. Go on, get it in. Get in the box. Lefi, good play Sunderland. In it goes to Brobbey. Oh! Decent chance that. Decent chance. I mean, it's miles over the bar. For anyone not watching, it's way over the bar. But it's a header about 5, 6, 7 yards out. Let's have a look. Lefi just dinks it in. And he's under pressure from Mickey van der Ven, to be fair, Brian Brobbey. But Mickey van der Ven doesn't challenge for it. He just tries to make it a little bit difficult. And Brobbey, I think he's anticipating van der Ven challenging for it. I think he's trying to, physically get himself ready for the fight with van der Ven, but van der Ven doesn't jump for it, so it sort of puts Brobbey off balance, in my opinion. I think he was expecting to lean on van der Ven, and he wasn't there, so he ended up tipping over a little bit. Big chance, big miss. Encouraging, though, for anyone wanting Sunderland to win. I think they've done well the last 10 minutes. Paul saying that Forest have been the better team. They look up for it. Villa looking dangerous on the break, though, and they've got a corner. As Mukiele comes down the right for Sunderland, cross in and out for a goal kick. As a West Ham fan, a draw's actually okay for us here. I would prefer Sunderland winning, of course, but I think a draw's not the worst result. Keeps them below us. And they've got a difficult fixture next week. Up against Brighton. As Porto plays it down the right here. Alderete gets there. Looks for a foul. There's no foul. It's one of those silly things where he catches the ball and he's taking it really quickly. What's Alderete doing? It's Bergvall. Looks for Mwane. And it's out for a corner kick. He's given a pen? What? It's a penalty to Spurs. That is never a pen. It looked like a normal tackle, that. It's O'Nien that's the guilty party here. I mean, Alderete switches off completely. First of all, he dives and lays on the ball, so he concedes a free kick. Moani takes it quickly while he's complaining. Let's have a look. No, I'm not having that as a pen. That's not a pen for me. Alderete and Moani are going for it. Alderete gets there first, and then it hits O'Nien. Nah, it's not a pen for me. Let's have a look at this. Nah, I'm not having that. That's got to get overturned. Alderete and Moani are tussling. Alderete gets there. If anything, Moani fouls him. O'Nien goes to ground, but he doesn't hit Moani. He does, but the ball hits him first. It's not a pen in a million years. If anything, I think Moani fouls Alderete. He stands on Alderete's foot. It's got to get overturned, this. It's got to. Yeah, he's away to have a look. He's getting sent to the monitor. Usually, this means that they're going to change their mind. I don't even see how he's gone. Hang on a minute, Aston Villa have scored. It's just come through. I've got it. I've got notifications on for the Villa game. Nottingham Forest 0. Aston Villa 1. This could be a huge goal for West Ham and Leeds United and Spurs. Villa 1-0 up. Ho, ho, ho. Come on. This could be a big minute for West Ham United and Leeds United if Spurs get this pen overturned and Villa have just scored. It's got to get overturned. The worst thing is, even in real time, I don't even know why the referee's giving it. It didn't even look like a pen. No pen. Drop ball. No pen. Happy days. Right then, this is good news. No penalty for Spurs. And Aston Villa are 1-0 up. An own goal by Murillo. Oh, this could be good. Well, good news. This is good news. After 23 minutes, Spurs pen overturned. Villa 1-0 up against Nottingham Forest. The funny thing is, right, there's now going to be a drop ball and it will go to the Sunderland player. So it's going to be for the keeper's going to get the ball. The funny thing is, that should have been a corner. That should have been a Spurs corner. But they never got their corner because the referee got the incorrect decision with the penalty. And now Sunderland get the ball back. See, for stuff like that, I think common sense should just prevail, which is, well, it's not a pen, so it's a corner. Well, I'm looking at the goal at the City ground, but admittedly, it's a bit small, so I can't really tell what happened. Well, this is good news. I feel a bit nervous now. I'm a bit excited, actually, that if Aston Villa can win and Sunderland can at least draw, that would be a brilliant start for West Ham. And Richard saying Aston Villa should have made it 2-0. Avid saying it was close to being 2-0 as well. But Ollie Watkins has just hit the post. I feel like I need a Villa fan or something. I need to do like my own version of Soccer Saturday where now and again I just get some geezer on the screen with me and say what's happening at the City ground. And I can get a 2-minute load down. Jazz is asking which game does he recognise this awful referee from? Well, I'm going to find out for you because you've asked so politely, Jazza. It's Jones that's in charge. I recognise him. So I'm going to find out which game he was in charge of for West Ham. Where are you, Jones? Robert Jones, there you are. He's been in charge of 2 West Ham games. Can I click on it? No. I'll get there, Jazza. Just give me 1 second. He's been in charge of... Get away with your adverts. When we beat Newcastle 3-1, and when we got beat 3-0 by Sunderland, actually. So when Sunderland beat us 3-0 at the start of the season, he was the referee. And when we beat Newcastle 3-1, he was the referee. And it's just bouncing around in the box there, but Roofs gets his hands on it eventually. I don't recall either of those games being badly refereed, if I'm honest with you, Jazza. But that's the 2 games he's been in charge of for us, for West Ham. Thank you, Mike, for the £2 super chat. Very kind of you. Saying, come on, Sunderland, great channel. Gio, great work. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're very, very kind. And there's a chance here. He could be in, and he's not in. And he's given the free kick or offside, I think. Certainly got the whistle to his mouth. Brian Brobby just wrestling with Romero for no reason. He's been brought back for a free kick, and that's Romero in the yellow card. That's Romero booked. He absolutely clattered Brobby. Play continued, but there was no advantage. And Romero's got a booking for his foul on Brian Brobby. And also, thank you, Zaphod, for the $10. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks for your support. Kane saying, everyone get your likes up. That would be much appreciated. If you could drop a like on the video, that would be very kind. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Going to be doing watch-alongs for the rest of the season. 1 game a weekend. And I'll let the community pick, usually, as much as I can. Right, Xhaka and Leafy over the free kick. 28 minutes on the clock. In it comes from Leafy. Looking for Alderete. It's Michele. Oh, piss. And that's a big chance, in my opinion. Big, big chance. It's a free header at the back post. How Spurs aren't watching that back post? Ridiculous defending, which is a good thing for us. Really bad defending. They're 2 centre-back. Well, you include 09 as well. The 3 centre-backs are at the very back, and there's only 1 defender there. There's no one on him at all. It's a free header, and he's got really badly wrong. Everything was wrong. His jump, the connection, the direction, all wrong. Spurs coming forward here. But Richarlison's got it somehow. But it's a good tackle by Xhaka. But Richarlison kicking away at the heels, but Sunderland trying to play the way out of trouble, and they've lost it to Richarlison, and he's lost it. And Bergvall drags Diarra down, and it's a free kick to Sunderland just outside their box, which Sadiki takes quickly and gets the game underway. Come on, Sunderland. Got to fancy a bit of Alderete getting a shot on target at some point with these free kicks. They're just not even marking him. What's the odds? He doesn't mind hitting it from distance either, Alderete. Only 5-2. I need bigger odds than that for a centre-back getting a shot on target. Those odds are not tasty. Let's have a look at Paddy. 2-1. I'll leave it. Might have a look at half-time. See if there's anything that tickles my fancy. But Alderete, I think, is getting in good positions. Dennis saying it's confusing as Diarra and Sadiki went bald during the break. Yeah, Diarra's number 19. And Sadiqi's got green boots on. He's on the ball at the minute on my screen. And gives it back to Diarra, who's got orangey boots on. Xhaka looking for Broadby. Man is out for throwing Sunderland. I think Sunderland have been the better team for about 20 minutes now. They're going to take a long throw. 09 going over to take it. I always thought Mukiele took the long throws for Sunderland. Maybe he does. 09 just doesn't play that much. Anyway, where's Alderete? There he is at the front post. Find him. And it goes. Headed away. Xhaka! Oh! On his right foot as well. On his right foot. First time. That is close. He hit it. He caught it sweet. Very, very sweet with his right foot. Inches wide. Unlucky. Unlucky. I feel like there's a goal coming for Sunderland here. And if there is, it's going to be delicious. It's going to be absolutely marvellous if they can. Come on, Sunderland. That's a lovely ball by Alderete, and it's flicked on by Sadiqi, but Robbie chases it down and gets it. It's a bit silly from Broby. Bit silly, that. Depends how you want to look at it. He's either shrugged off Porto, he's elbowed Porto in the face, depending what way you want to look at it. He certainly put his arm up. He's got the yellow out, which I'm quite relieved at, because I always get a little bit worried that he's just going to send him off in situations like that. Nah, that's a yellow card's the right one, at most. Porto's all over him. I think he's just pushing him off. He's literally, Porto's all over his back. He's just pushing him. He's got books for it. You don't see many red cards for like elbows these days anymore, do you? VAR's clamped them out, I suppose. You know, if you do something stupid like that, you're going to get sent off regardless. And Jamie's saying any noticeable difference under De Zerbi? Not really, Jamie. They were okay for the first 5-10 minutes, but since then, Sunderland have been a better team. Honestly, Sunderland have been unlucky not to score. Or you could say they've been wasteful. They should have scored. And if they do, or if they had taken one of the chances, they'd be 1-0 up and we'd be saying nothing's changed. So I'd say, not really, not loads have changed. They are competing with Sunderland, but I think Sunderland are the better team personally, but I don't know if I'm just maybe a little bit biased. Andrew saying Leeds tomorrow collab with Max, marching on together. Who's Max? I don't know who Max is, Andrew. You're gonna have to let me know who Max is. Now, right, let me just... I'm going to have to just quickly log out and back in. This thing's stressing me out. I'm going to have a word with him. So excuse me. It keeps breaking. Right. Drain hole saying the Forest keeper is time wasting. There we go. What? 1-0 down? That's promising then. Anyway, Solanke's had a shot blocked on the edge of the box by one of the Sunderland players. Nick saying Rogers has just hit the bar. Oh, for God's sake. Hartman saying, I haven't followed you since no internet since January. Here I am on mobile data. What's the Why you not got internet? What's up? But anyway, appreciate you joining me, Hartman. Hope you've got unlimited data at least. But thank you very much. Right, now I am going to have a word. They've tweaked it. They were doing tweaks over the international break. The blues changed. Everything's a bit more textured, but it keeps breaking. So, excuse me, can you fix a bloody thing? Your doggy crosses it. Moani heads it down. Hooked away. It's just by Diarra. Further away by Xhaka. Robbie brings it down. Good play by him. Go on, there's a chance here for Sunderland. He's taking a minute there to release the ball to Robbie, but he's under pressure from Van de Ven. That's a free kick just outside the box, and surely a yellow card for the other Tottenham defender, and it is. So both centre-backs for Spurs in the book, as is the Sunderland striker. Free kick right outside the box. Why is he giving him another yellow card? Is it just me, or is he showing him 2 yellow cards there? Or maybe didn't show it initially. Took a minute to show it anyway. I thought he booked him twice. I got excited. Chance here for Sunderland. Oh, it's come up on my phone. Forest have equalised. So it's Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1. That's a blow. Nico Williams with the goal. Big fan of Nico Williams, I am. That's frustrating. Oh, Pedro Porro's been booked as well. Probably for moaning. Brilliant. Okay, so 3 of the Spurs back 4 are now on yellow cards. Okay, so I'm not seeing things. He did brandish 2 yellow cards. It was just that one was for Pedro Porro. Anyway, Granit Xhaka is going to take this free kick. Come on. Come on, you Swiss prince. Good distance. Maybe a little bit wide, but it's a good distance. Having a look at the wall behind the goal, I fancy that for a right footer, to be honest with you. I don't think the wall's in the best place. It's certainly set up for a left footer, but only Xhaka is over it, so here he goes. Granit Xhaka to take a free kick for Sunderland. It's Xhaka! Ah, useless, high and wide. Absolute terrible. I got excited for no reason. I'm going to get a little look at the Nico Williams goal here. That's a nice goal. Nice strike that by Williams. I'll say it here. Remember we did the right back. We did the best right backs. We ranked off the right backs in the last watch along, didn't we? Well, I did. And surprisingly, didn't have that much arguments. I thought that was going to be a bit more of a pushback. But what I will say is if I did the left backs, I don't think you're ready for how high I would have Nico Williams. This season, I think he's been one of the best left backs in the Premier League. As long as you don't say that O'Reilly's a left back. He's played there a lot, but I think he's a better midfielder than he is a left back. Trying to think who's been better. Lewis Hall. I'm a big fan of Lewis Hall. Apart from that, there's not many I'd have above Nico Williams without thinking about it too much. Leafy tried to find Bobby. Well intercepted by Romero, and he's released for Richarlison. It's 4-on-4 here. Chance for Spurs to counter-attack. But he's not the brightest footballer in the world, Richarlison, but he's done really well there to get away from Diarra. Mukiele's got back and put the challenge in. It's a corner kick to Spurs. Good play of it, Charlison. Picked it up just inside his own half and went all the way down that left-hand side. What a corner. Oh, it's not a corner. It's a goal kick. He's kicked it out. Never mind. Well, he did really well up until he tried to kick the ball. It's because of his little shin pads. Had he wore proper shin guards, he'd have put in a good cross back there. Anyway, Alderete on the ball. Gives it in. Lovely ball. Lovely ball. And Riggs done well. Give that to Mukiele. Come on. Come on, Sunderland. 4 minutes of normal time to go at Stadium of Light plus whatever gets added on. Alderete he just tried to feed it into Brobbey. You can see what the idea was, but it was easily intercepted by Archie Gray. And I think that's the first time I've said Gray's name this half. Has he done nothing? That's a massive dive by Moane. Honestly, that should be a booking, that is. What a honking dive that is. That's just cheating. Puts it round Alderete. And he didn't even run into him. He just threw himself over. What an absolute dive. Anyway, there's been a goal at Selhurst Park. Not that anyone's that bothered, but it's Crystal Palace 0. Newcastle United 1. The Geordies are 1-0 up at Selhurst Park. I guess there is a slight interest for West Ham fans, perhaps, as we play Crystal Palace next weekend. Well, on Monday. Get confirmation of the goal scorer in just a minute. And it was Osula. Just his second start in the Premier League for Newcastle United. Today, Osula up front. Newcastle splashed out the money on Waltamada and Wissa, and it's Osula that starts up front, and he's got a goal. 1-0 Newcastle. I quite like him, Osula. He's very far off being a finished article, but there was a lot of talk of him joining. I think it's Frankfurt he was close to joining in January transfer window, and I thought it was a bit strange because there's quite a bit I like about him. Works hard, Osula. For fuck's sake, Xhaka. He's tried to play it off Moane. He's tried to be clever. And he didn't play it off Moane, and he's given away a corner. Very cheap play here. So it's 43.5 minutes gone at Stadium of Light. The Black Cats have got a corner to defend here. Jazza saying he switched over to the Villa game, and they look half the side at turn West Ham inside out. That's not good. That's not what I want to hear. Come on, Villa. It's not the worst set of results if the game was to finish right now. If it was to be a draw between Forest and Villa and a draw between Sunderland and Spurs. It's not the worst results for West Ham. It's 2 points gained on both of them. And perhaps being an optimistic that Leeds will lose. And that would be the case. We've gained 3 on Leeds, 2 on Spurs and 2 on Forest, and we'd be at the bottom 3. So it'd be a good weekend all in all. Albeit we would have had the easier fixture on paper as Solanke just gets something on it and is out for the goal kick to Sunderland. Danny, yeah, I completely agree. He said we had a much easier game. Yeah, completely. I 100% accept that. But you got to win them, Last week, 2 weekends ago when we drew Man City, we had the most difficult fixture and the teams around us didn't win. Anyway, just seeing Osula's goal here. My word, that is one of the, weirdest goals you'll see on season. Who crossed that for Newcastle? I didn't recognise the player that crossed it. Let me look it up. Who crossed that ball for Newcastle? From his posture, I didn't recognise the player. Oh, Romero's. I never seen that. I was busy looking it up, and it's not saying anything. It must have been Livramento that crossed it. But let's have a look here. Robbie's gone down. Yeah, it's not a booking. Romero's crashed into the back of him, but it's a free kick. But it's not a booking in a million years. Robbie's certainly making the most of it. 4 minutes to go. There's been 5 minutes of stoppage added on, and we've already had a minute of it. Xhaka will send this free kick in from deep. Where's Alderete? Find him. Come on. He's their biggest threat by a mile in these situations, in my opinion, of course. Find him. He's still unmarked at the very back. Still unmarked. He's just got to go deep. It's not deep. It's headed down. Throws bouncing around. Oh, saved. Oh, blocked. That's a really good save by Kinski. A really, really good save by Kinski, that one. Xhaka swung it in. I think it's Chris Rigg who heads it down. I think it's Brobby. It is Brobby. Great save by Kinski with his knob. And then the follow-up was blocked by one of his defenders. And it's a throw-in. And in it comes from Mukiele. Headed away by Richarlison. Cleared away by Moani. Sunderland might get this in the area quickly before the halftime whistle. As Diarra gets fouled, the referee plays advantage for Leafy, but there is no advantage, and he's going to bring it back for a free kick. Good refereeing, that. Good refereeing. Jamie, why would you put fake scores into live chat, right? Don't bother. Out you get. Let's put you into timeout. Right, we don't need fake scores. You just spoil it for other people. And it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Anyway, Xhaka will take the free kick for Sunderland. Alderete is not at the back post. He's a bit more central this time. And it comes, and headed away by Richarlison. It's back in, and it's blocked once again. Sunderland certainly applying the pressure for the last few minutes of the half. We've got at least 2 minutes of stoppage time to go as Roofs just plays it far forward. Alderete, he's committed a foul there on you, doggy. Bit frustrating, didn't think he needed to do that. Richarlison gives it to you, doggy, and it goes. Oh, it's cut about it. Oh, Slacky! Oh, good save by Roofs. Big chance for Spurs. Big chance for Spurs. You doggy put in a tasty cross. Alderete reacted, but put it straight to the feet of Solanke. Tight angle, but good goalkeeping. Corner kick for Spurs, last action of the half, and it comes from Porto. Romero gets his head on it, and it's out for a goal kick to Sunderland. Thomas has said De Zerbi looks hungover. He does, doesn't he? Simon said, not seen us have so much possession in a game. Are you a Sunderland fan, Simon? Sorry if I've forgotten. I assume you're a Sunderland fan. 54% possession for Sunderland. Victory saying, where's the stoppage time come from? There was that penalty check, wasn't there? Let me just pop it on the old halftime. There we go. Halftime at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, Spurs 0. A bit frustrating, I think. A bit frustrating. Simon is a Sunderland fan. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Simon. It's a privilege to have your company. Especially considering I assume there's a few Sunderland fans live right now. But scores around from the ground. We've got Sunderland 0, Spurs 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1, and then Palace 0, Newcastle United 1. What were we all thinking at half-time? How were we all feeling? What did you make of the first half from the game that you've seen? Please make it obvious which game you've watched, because I appreciate a lot of you are watching the Villa game. Not many of you, if any of you, watching the Crystal Palace game, though. Next game, what's your summary of the first half? I thought Spurs started quite enthusiastically for the first 5-10 minutes. But since then, I feel like Sunderland have been the better team comfortably. I think it's been really comfortable for them. I think they've had some big chances. Michele's header, Brian Brobby's header, Brian Brobby's chance at the very end there. I think Xhaka went really close with a half chance, but a really well struck volley. I think Spurs are maybe fortunate not to be 1-0 down. Obviously, 3 of their back 4 on yellow cards as well is going to make it an interesting second half. Just having a look at the benches, actually. They are scrolling along the bottom of your screen. Isidore might make a difference in this type of game, actually. I'm a big Isidore fan. I think Mayenda might be good enough for the Premier League one day, but he's not at the level yet. Talby, I think, has been quite underwhelming. But he's done okay, actually. Some games I've seen him, I think he's done quite well. So maybe he'd be an option to bring on for Rig, who I don't think we've seen much of in the first half. I think Leafy's need to get him on the ball a little bit more. Need to see a bit more of Leafy. I think he's having a comfortable game against Porto on that left-hand side, but maybe being a little bit safe. I think Brobby's looking bang up for it. I think the midfield, Xhaka, Diana and Siddiqui are all playing well. I like that 3 in midfield. So I think it's just I think Riggs the player that you could maybe take off, in my opinion. Maybe Talby would be the sensible option, but Isidore I quite like. As for Spurs, let's be fair, let's discuss Spurs. I think Spence would be a very obvious player to bring on for Porto with him on a yellow card. Do you bring on Danso for one of the centre-backs? Feels like a waste using 2 subs on your back 4, but they're on yellow cards. Tal's someone I'm a big fan of. I really like Tal. I admit he's not been the best player in the world, but I do quite like him. I think Mwane's just been a cheating in the first half. He's been next to useless. I think Richarlison's working hard, but that's about it. I don't really feel like I've seen much of Gray or Bergvall. Who's the other Spurs? Gallagher? I don't think I've seen much of the Spurs midfield at all, to be honest with you. I feel like Sunderland really dominated the middle of the pitch. So could they bring on Polina? I think the game's a bit too open for Polina. Bissouma, I'm not his biggest fan anymore. I like Sarr, though. So if I was Spurs, I think I'd be looking to bring on Sarr. And possibly Xavi or Tal for Mwane. I think that's what I'd be doing. Which midfield do you take off? Take your pick, really. I think they need to try and mix it up a little bit. I think it's been very comfortable for Sunderland. Anyway, let's see what you're saying in the live chat. You can chat about anything you want. It doesn't have to be the Sunderland game. Just whatever you want. Pop it in. Fezza's saying, I think Spurs would have lucked that half. Sunderland had some decent chances. Dennis saying, hopefully Sunderland can start fast in the second half and maybe even get a defender sent off. Avid saying 3 of the Spurs back 4 being on bookings is huge. Sunderland need to take advantage of that. I can definitely see someone getting sent off today. Nick saying Forest have been a better team, but Villa have shown their ability at points. Just need them to step up in the second half. Obsidian saying Sunderland should be at least 2 in front. Forest are worthy of their draw. Simon, Sunderland fan, saying Talby will come on. I'd get him on now. What would you do? Actually, he's just answered that question already. He'd get Rig off for Talby. There you go. Me and a Sunderland fan agreeing with Sunderland. That's a compliment for me. Ryan saying, do you know Sunderland had Elise? Oh, I don't know what happened to Elise. He was injured a lot anyway. I don't think he's there anymore. Is he not? Simon, where's Adji? Is he still with Sunderland? I think he's just riddled with injuries since his move. Andrew saying people tend to go to good content creators. So there you go. You have Sunderland fans on here and Leeds ones too. Yeah, there's quite a few Everton fans on here. And not today, but regular. There's Everton fans and got a couple of Brighton fans. I actually have a couple of Spurs fans as well. comment from time to time. It's nice. I like reading opinions of people that don't support West Ham. Villa as well. There's quite a few long-term Villa fans that subscribe to the channel too. James saying Rig isn't good enough for the Premier League yet. He was average in Championship last season. Get a winger on. George is saying Romero's heart isn't in it, whereas Connor is saying this is 1-0 Spurs. I can just see it being one of those days. Begging for Villa and Sunderland to come through. Philip is a Sunderland fan in Scotland. Well, you're a little bit biased, Philip. We've got a little bit, at least we've got something in common. He's saying Gio's channel's worth watching. Well, I appreciate you. Do you have a Scottish team, Philip? Anyway. Infinitely saying, I hope Sunderland don't ruin not converting one of the chances. Mark saying, hope we don't let you all down. Away, the lads. Simon saying, I want us to win and go above the unwashed. Brilliant. I'm all for a little bit of rivalry. I think it's important. I'm always pro rivalry. And Billy's saying Elise injured. And there he is. Martin said he's on loan at Portsmouth. I've seen a lot of Portsmouth games this season. He hasn't played. There you go. Alexandra is saying he's at Portsmouth on loan, injured after 10 minutes. We'll terminate the deal in the summer, but he's got a year left. It's a shame. It's such a shame. He's one player I had big hopes for. Because Ekwa went there as well. Ekwa went to Sunderland too and did all right. And then obviously went to France. Have you sold him yet? Did you sell Ekwa? You must have done. He's not still on loan, is he? You haven't loaned him out again, right? Did you sell Ekwa? Because we were getting a bit of your money. West Ham would have got a bit of your money if you did. Because I think we had I believe you got him for free. You got Ekwa for free, but we had like a really high sell-on clause. Which, if you have sold him, good business. There you go, 6 million. Tam, 6 million for Ekwa. Hey, that was a nice 2-3 million quid for West Ham. That's what I believe anyway. I could be wrong. Sunderland fans, what was the rumour on your end with our clause? I'm sure we had like a seriously large sell-on clause, like 50%. Libri loves to keep one winger super tight, so he'll take Diarra off and put on Talby and move Siddiqui into the middle. Brad, since your relegation rhythm, I've become a big fan of Connor. Very balanced and good content. Thanks for those videos. I enjoy doing them. Well, I'm sure we'll do one this week. He was away last week. He was in Copenhagen, Connor was. The Buntins says, don't matter how Sunderland do, they've just got to get the job done. They're a decent team and we need a favour. Absolutely. Oakley saying Sunderland are going away with the 3 points. I can feel it. Keep up the good work. I will be very, very happy if that's correct. Danny's saying, how are we feeling about the second half? Positive. I am actually, Danny. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about the Aston Villa game because I've not watched it at all. But going by what the subscribers are saying in the comments, it sounds like Forest have been playing quite well. So that's a little bit concerning. But as for the Sunderland game, I feel okay about it. I think it's going to come down to which manager does the right subs at the right time. And fingers crossed we can see a Sunderland win. I think they've created enough in the first half to at least be 1-0 up. They're unlucky not to be leading at half-time. I think Sunderland, they're a bit of a second-half team, aren't they? Sunderland fans, again, please do confirm. I feel like you score more goals in the second half than the first half. I don't know if I'm correct about that. I will be statistically correct or wrong, but I feel like if there was a quiz and you said, which half does Sunderland score most of goals in, I would say second half. I feel like they're a team that can improve as the game goes on. Mark saying Villa have had the better chances, but they can't put them away. Oakley says Robbie needs to step up. I think he's been playing okay. I know what you're saying, though. I think he's busy. Just needs to behave. Because I think there's a lot of feeling that there's going to be a red card, and naturally you look at the Spurs defence, but actually Robbie's quite a physical striker as well, so I think he needs to just watch himself. Steve saying no half-time piss. Yeah, it's because, I'll tell you why it is. It's because when I do Hammers Chat. We go live an hour and 5 minutes before kickoff, don't we? So I'm sat down here. So say the game's at, let's just go with a 3 p.m. game. If the game's at 3 p.m., we're live at 1:55, but I sit down here at like 1:30ish to get ready for the show and stuff like that. So by the time kickoff, I've already been sat here for an hour and a half before the game's even kicked off. And then there's an hour and a half of football, plus a 15-minute half-time break, plus 10, 15 minutes of stoppage time. So it's quite a long period of time, whereas for this I went live 15 minutes before kickoff, so I can manage to do 2 hours without needing a pee, but I can't do 4 hours without needing a pee, especially when I'm drinking water throughout the duration of the game as well. So anyway, I'm a big boy today, Stephen. No pee required, but now you're making me think about it and speak about it. That's going to make me need a pee, so I'm going to move on. Chris saying they scored 3 against us in the second half of the start of the season. Yeah, very true. Hutchkey and Peter both confirming that Sunderland are a second half team. There you go. West Ham fans, there's a little bit of reassurance perhaps that Sunderland tend to score a lot of their goals, a large portion of the goals in the second half. Lewis says this feels like a sliding doors half moment for Spurs. If they lose, the new manager feel-good factor could already collapse. I completely agree. They've not been good. Tottenham have not been good. They've not even been okay. They've been just lucky. They've been lucky. They've not been terrible. They've not been as bad as they have been in the past, okay? So there's a slight improvement. But like I said, that improvement, I think, is fragile. I think there's a lot of shallow effort going in here from the Spurs players. And if Sunderland take the lead, I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually be more surprised if the Spurs players don't drop their head. If they just switch off just like that and Sunderland make it 2-0 pretty quickly. I think this first goal in this game is absolutely crucial to Spurs. And we've got a Spurs fan in live chat, which is okay. But I cannot take anyone serious that calls us wet spam, okay? There's a lot of things you can slag West Ham. I mean, it's like the 5th comment you've made. Just no trolling, please. I don't mind you sticking around, but just don't troll, right? If you put the same comment in again, that's trolling. Out. But there's a lot of things. Right, okay, fuck off. Not because you're a Spurs fan, but because you're a bit of a weirdo. Away you go, right? There's a lot you can slag off West Ham about. There's loads you can take the piss out of West Ham about. There's a lot you can take the piss out of me about. If you want to get personal with me, there's loads of stuff you can take the piss out of me with, right? I'm Scottish, I'm overweight, I'm deaf, I've got grey hairs creeping in. Right? There's loads of stuff. Wet spam. Oh. Anyway. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. He or she's gone. Matthew, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Thank you for the support of the channel. Oh, I was going to tell you. I'll show you actually. I'll show you quickly. A YouTuber trying to bribe me on Tartan Geo. I only noticed it today. I don't pay attention to like your data and stuff on YouTube. A lot of people are really obsessive with it, and I understand why. Like, I get it. It's not a criticism. But I'm a bit like, if I do stuff like that, I'll just stress. And I know a lot of people that do YouTube, and they get really stressed about the figures and stuff, like the numbers, how much videos to do, stuff like that. And I think that's got to suck your enjoyment out of doing YouTube, so I just don't pay attention. So anyway, I went on just now to set this video up, and I was greeted. I was greeted with this by YouTube. Look at this. Turn on channel memberships and you'll get 200 quid. Then I get £2 for every unique member up to 100 members. So I could earn £400 on top of what I earn from the memberships. They're trying to bribe me. They're trying to bribe me. Anyway, there you go. Oh, crap, we're nearly underway. Tell you what, they don't have milk the adverts on Sky Sports now, do they? And Sunderland will kick us off at the second half at the Stadium of Light. Big half coming up for Sunderland, Spurs, Nottingham Forest, West Ham United and Leeds United at the Stadium of Light. 2 games involved, but a lot of jeopardy here as Ronaldo just thumps it forward towards Michele. And there's no changes for either team as far as I can see. I wasn't paying that much attention. But I can't see any changes. Richarlison goes for it. Why have my screen? I forgot to move my screen. I was thinking it's a bit far away, really. I forgot I was in charge of where my screen goes. Yeah, victory. I was just a way to say this victory, right? Before, there used to be a little bit of punditry at halftime during Premier League games now, but it feels like they speak for about 3 minutes. There's loads and loads of adverts. They speak for a few minutes, show the highlights, and there's loads and loads of adverts, and they continue to play right up until kickoff. You get about 30 seconds of build-up, watching the players come back out for the second half. Anyway. Oh, I won't be fooled by it. I assume you're talking about the membership thing on YouTube. I don't have, I think that's what you're talking about. I don't have anything to offer members. I don't have membership. What can I offer you? I don't have anything. Mark says his nephew's a Spurs fan and he says wet spam. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. There's loads of stuff you can take the piss out of for us for. Loads of it. Wet spam. Anyway, right. And it goes from Bergval. Headed away by someone and he's got clattered in back by Romero. It's another foul given away by Romero. It was Xhaka that got clattered by Romero. Free kick to Sunderland just inside their 6-yard box. Move my phone so I can see if there's any. David says, fucking boring YouTuber doing it for this game. I don't know who you're referring to. If you're referring to me, I'm not watching the Forest game. I won't dispute the boring part, but wrong game. Mukiele gives it to Diarra, who hooks it forward, but Udogie knocks it back to Richarlison, and he goes down way too easily. And the referee ain't falling for that one. To be fair, Richarlison wasn't really looking for a free kick either. Third man run says there's barely enough time for Carragher to go up on someone at half-time these days. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I quite like Carragher, actually. I think he's the best pundit there is. I don't know if that's popular or not, but I think on Monday Night Football with Jamie, when Carragher's on Monday Night Football and he's in his flow, weirdly enough, when it's not Liverpool, when it's Liverpool, I think he can be a bit, but when it's not Liverpool, I think Carragher's absolutely fantastic. I learn a lot from Jamie Carragher, I think. There you go. David's confirming me. He wasn't listening to me. He wasn't calling me boring. He was calling someone else boring. Who were you calling boring? I want to know who you're calling boring now. I'm here for the gossip. Who are you calling boring? Yeah, Alex is the exact same thing. He likes Carragher and he's not talking about Liverpool. He's too emotional. When it comes to Liverpool, he's too emotional. And it's okay. I'm okay with that, by the way. I completely understand Carragher being emotionally invested. Liverpool's Richarlison. Good play there by Luke O'Nien, and it's gone out for a goal kick, actually. Really good tackle by O'Nien. Big tackle. Big chance for Richarlison, that. Bergval done well. That's a superb challenge. Lloyd's asking what the game's been like. The first half, Sunderland's been by far the better team. We're only 5 minutes into the second half. Too soon to say, but Spurs started the game okay. But after about 10 minutes, Sunderland were well in control. Xhaka, Alderete. Alex saying, who's Spurs' best player at the minute? I'm not referring to this game, Alex, okay? I'm not referring to this game. But in general, Spurs, Archie Gray, I think, has been the best Spurs player for quite a few weeks now, actually. And I actually weirdly thought Danso was playing well when called upon. When Romero and Van der Ven were out, I thought Danso played really well. But he's not in the team, obviously, because the two main ones are back. Long throw for Sunderland, but he doesn't go long. He throws it short to Xhaka and gives it back to Mukiele. His cross comes in, it's low. It's cut out by Richarlison. He's then trod on the ball. Made it really awkward for himself, but it's gone out for a goal kick to Spurs. I'm nearly finished. I'm going to have to drag this out till full time. Could be a task. Maybe I'll have to request one to be brought up. I'm going to have to request one. Right, I've requested a new water, a refill, a fresh bottle. Apologies for that noise. I know someone crinkling plastic isn't the best noise in the world, but there we go. Ryan, you're correct. I have put in a Highland Spring request. Either I'm going to get a text telling me to fuck off, or the door's going to open and a Highland Spring bottle's going to come in. Anyway, there's a bit of a tangle there with you, doggy, and 09. I'm just looking at 09's feet. I think there was maybe a bit more in that than... I mean, it's not in the box. If that was in the box, I think that's maybe a pen. But because it's not in the box and because it's not a red card offence due to the positioning of the other Sunderland player, VAR can't get involved. I thought that was a proper tangle up that. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd have been screaming for a free kick there. It was a tangle of legs. I don't think it was on purpose, but he certainly brought you doggy down. Victory varies. She may not see it. Depends what we've got. I don't know if anyone knows. We've got a 1-year-old, so she's doing the role of mum at the minute whilst I'm doing this. So she may not be on her phone, but hopefully she can see it. Oh, good shot. Oh, Leafy did really well. I can see what he's trying to do. Xhaka's just trying to win it back, but Verval gets in there. However, Diarra's one off him. Come on, Sunderland. We need to up the tempo a little bit here. Diarra goes for goal. High, wide, goal kick. "54 minutes gone at the Stadium of Light. Still Sunderland 0, Spurs 0. Feels like a bit of a low tempo to the second half thus far. As an empty packet of crisps is in the Spurs box. We need a beach ball. We need something. Remember the beach ball incident? What Pepe Reina on the floor watching it bounce past him. Darren Bent with a goal. I think it was Darren Bent scored. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Nearly 1,000 of you watching live, which is absolutely fantastic and incredible for me. I've only got 8,000 subscribers. But if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Dropping a like on the video by clicking thumbs up as well would be Very nice. As Diarra battles with Conor Gallagher and he just flies into your doggy, and that's a free kick to Spurs. Perhaps fortunate not to get booked. The Sunderland midfielder. As Archie Gray is on the ball at the heart of the Spurs midfield today. I feel like the second half, Spurs, albeit we're only 10 minutes in, I feel like Spurs have been quite comfortable so far in this half. They're just playing around at the back at the minute. Nothing much is happening. Anyway, for those watching the Nottingham Forest Aston Villa game, is anything happening over there? Can we get a report? If you don't mind, can we get a report from this City ground? I know the score is 1-1, but just in terms of the match. Goal kick to Sunderland. McGavin Goat saying nothing's happening in the Nottingham Forest game. And Nick saying it's a bit backwards and forwards. And Thomas saying Villa is looking a little bit better, but not good. We've got Patchy saying a quiet start to second half. Forest are toothless up front. They've got Chris Wood on the bench though, which is concerning. I was pleased to see Awoni not there from a selfish perspective. I was glad that Awoni wasn't there because he got his goal before the international break, and I thought he's the type of person that could suddenly just score 5 goals in 7 games. You always get a random player that can just hit a little bit of form. Anyway, Spurs are away make changes. There's certainly Bruno is calling players back to the bench. He's given 3 cards to the 4th official, so let's see which 3 players are coming on for Spurs. De Zerbi is making his first subs. Xhaka fires it in. O'Nien gets his head on it, bouncing around there. Bergvall tries to hook it away and does. It's a bit scrappy there, but Gallagher nods it away. Ronaldo goes in for it. Good chance here for Sunderland, and the referee is giving this really, really late, and I think he's got this all wrong. I think that was a massive opportunity for Spurs on the break there. And I think the referee's absolutely bottled it, to be honest with you. So we've got Tell, Palhinha, and Sarr coming on for Spurs. So change up front and 2 changes into midfield. Be interesting to see who he takes off. Bergvall, Gallagher, and Charlison maybe. Hey, look at this. Thank you very much. Look at this. Look at that service. Beautiful stuff. I've got a refill. Chris Wood is on the way at the City ground. Nick is informing us of Forest are making changes as well, bringing on Chris Wood. I know what's going to happen. It's going to come through on my phone in 10-15 minutes. 2-1 Forest, Chris Wood. We know it. Anyway, Porro just fires over to Richarlison on the left side. An opportunity here for Spurs. Richarlison closes in on the goal, goes for goal. But it's a tame effort. Roofs gathers easily enough. Lee, seen me on Corners a few times, impressed, so he's subscribed. I was going to watch Corner, but Corner's cancelled last minute, so I've gained with a subscription. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you. O'Nien goes back to Alderete. Come on, Sunderland. We need to liven it up a little bit. Good play with Xhaka and Diarra. He's given out to Mukiele. Nice little run here. He goes for goals. Deflected. It's in! Yes! Yes! Sunderland are winning! Mukiele took the shot from outside the box. Took a wicked deflection. And it's just flew. I say flew. It's just looped into the far post. 1-0 Sunderland. Here we go. And now we're into De Zerbi's reign at Spurs, and De Zerbi has been Spursed. Sunderland 1, Spurs 0. And the look on the Spurs' faces is absolutely fantastic. They all know it was a fluky goal. It's so fluky. Mukiele just cuts in. No one's really closing him down. It's on his left foot. He has a shot, hits Van de Ven, and it just completely goes in the opposite corner. Kinski can't get there. There's absolutely nothing Kinski can do. Now, I think Sunderland deserve to be 1-0 up for the hour of the match. But that's a very, very lucky goal. And I don't give a shit. This is absolutely fantastic. Sunderland 1-0 up against Spurs. Even De Zerbi looks pissed off already. When they conceded, he gave a very half-hearted come on. And then it's just gone back to him and he just stood there with his hands in his pockets. Anyway, 3 subs. Bergvall off, Richarlison off, Gray off. Hey, I'll tell you what. Actually, no, I got 2 right. They took Gray off. That's a big tackle. Big tackle by Rig on your dog. He's left him on the floor. He's gone long looking for Brobby. Romero sees it back to Kinski. And Brobby's just giving Romero a push. Brobby's going to have to be careful, though. He's just giving Romero a push there. Let's have a look. And Romero's hit the keeper. They're needing a stretcher on here. Romero's just guiding the ball back to Kinski. Brobby gave him a nudge and Romero's collided with Kinski. And there was certainly concern from the players that they may need to get the stretcher on. Mukiele's getting dragged away by Muani, so he's obviously having to go at someone. Seems to be chilled out all of a sudden. A cuddle from Muani's calmed him down. Kinski getting a lot of treatment here at the minute. Mickey van der Ven trying to convince the referee to send off Brobby. Xhaka's there telling him to don't even flipping think about it. It's a strange one. It's one of them. Austin's on the bench for Spurs. He's the sub-goalkeeper, Austin. There's certainly blood coming from Kinski's head at the minute. Villa's Mr. Sitter. Ah, for fuck's sake. It's not the biggest warm-up from Austin. He's out the dugout, but he's literally just walking around, so there's not much anticipation he's going to be coming on. It's a difficult decision. I have to be honest with you. I think that's a difficult decision from the referee. If Brobby hadn't already been booked, I feel quite confident he would have got booked for that. But because it's a second yellow, I think the referee's decided he's not going to send him off for it. Romero's down. I don't know why Romero's down. He does look like he's in pain, but whether he is actually in pain or he's just not arsed anymore. But let's have a look. Oh no, we're getting to see the goal again, which is always pleasing to see Spurs concede. Look at the Chris Packet there, just flapping in the wind at the back post. As the ball hit the back of the net, Chris Packet got a really good view of that goal. Might make the game a little bit more spicy, this. Sunderland winning. Keeper getting a whack. De Zerbi's got a bit of fluff in his hair. Yes, Mark, Robbie is on a booking. He shrugged off Pardo. For God's sake, I've just seen the miss. It's just showing us the miss at the City ground for Morgan Rogers. For God's sake, man. Ugh. That's frustrating. Anyway, Kinski's sitting up at the minute, and Romero is also sitting up. I thought he was taking. I thought Romero was milking it a little bit, trying to get Robbie sent off, but he does actually look like he's in a bit of pain. I like comments like this. Joshua says, this is why I can't hire a manager with spiky hair in a relegation battle. Who do you think they are? That's the equivalent of hiring a manager. Like that spiky hair is the equivalent of a footballer with the socks rolled down. I think there's something that would wind me up. Do you know if if we were in a relegation battle and your player was strolling around the pitch with their socks rolled down like Jack Grealish, I think stuff like that would wind me up. Everything would wind me up. Man, Kinski's got a bandage on now. Pink streak in his hair with crispy blood. De Zerbi's still got fluff in his hair. Where's his team? Where's his coaches? No one's telling him, mate, you got fluff in your hair. Where's the fluff come from? So many questions. How do you even get a bit of fluff in your hair when stood on the touchline at a Premier League stadium? Just showing us the Chelsea team, which is going to get beat by Man City. Caicedo has an outrageous booking record against City. Like, he gets booked a lot against Man City. Danso's just eating some jelly babies or something as he gets ready to come on to replace Romero. Looks really upset, Romero. He's proper upset. Romero's in tears here. Well, Robbie's done a number on him anyway, so he's going off crying. Certainly getting a lot of cuddles. But anyway, that's Spurs. Another injury for Spurs as Romero goes off the pitch. He's walking off, so it doesn't seem like it's too serious, but he's off. Dancer's coming on. Arguably, that improves the Spurs team. Plinks, do I think if City win today, they'll go on and win the league? I think City will win the league. I think Arsenal are choking. I think City will run them down. I think City will win today, and I think City will beat Arsenal next weekend. Be interesting to see what you lot do for the watch along next weekend. There's going to be a few options. Spurs, Brighton, Man City, Arsenal, Don't know what the other games are, but those two will certainly be on the list. I think I know what you'll all pick, though. You're all sick and twisted, you lot. You're all enjoying this downfall of Spurs, aren't you? You sick bastards. I'm a sick bastard too. I'm absolutely loving it. Anyway, the game has resumed. We're probably going to have about 10 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this match now. So Tal on the ball for Spurs on this left-hand side. Back to Conor Gallagher. He sends a cross in. And Wani brings it down. Just keeps it in. Ronaldo does well. Corner kick to Spurs. You're all just telling me you're going to pick the Spurs-Brighton game. Yeah, I knew you would. Disgusting people. Mark, that was Romero's 9th booking of the season. Corner kick to Spurs. On the right-hand side, 20 minutes of normal time plus about 10 minutes of stoppage time to go. And it comes from the right-hand side from Porto. It's deep. Tal, that's a lovely first touch by Tal, but Rig picks it off him. Puts it down that right-hand side for you doggy to get. How much is you doggy in the transfer window? Woof, woof. The one playing left back for Spurs. Tune in to Tartan Geo for more shite singing. Anyway, Diarra on the ball. Puts that to Michele. Oh, and the Spurs go 1-0 down. Oh, and the Spurs go 1-0 down. Good play. Siddiqui, Xhaka. Brobby's going to run after it. He's just going to need to behave a little bit, Brobby. I do feel like it would have been harsh to give him a yellow card for that incident, but I do feel like he's proper going to be on the radar of the referee now, Brobby. Possibly the Spurs defence as well. So I just want him to behave a little bit. Right? Just don't get sent off. Just behave. Get a goal, though. I would like a Brian Brobby goal. I'd love a Brian Brobby goal. Here you go, Ray. Hang on a minute. I'm waving for you, Ray. There you go. Mr. Callum is asking if I'm tone deaf as well. I am deaf, actually, Callum. I wear hearing aids. Have you got a problem with deaf people? Got a problem with deaf people, Callum? Huh? Got a problem? It's getting a little bit scrappy out there. Tal, you doggy, a couple of late challenges going in on purpose. Frustration kicking in for Spurs. Tal lost it to Michele and he held his knob, actually. I think Tal just held Michele's knob. Pulled it like a bathroom light cord. Yonk. Anyway. Thank you, Mike. Very kind. Saying the super chat is because I'll make him laugh. It must be my singing. It must be my singing that's making you laugh, right? I think so. Dave, thank you very much. Very kind of you, and also to Sketch. Thank you as well. You lot are fucking lovely. What a beautiful lot of people I have here. Anyway. Come on. I want another one. I'm a greedy bastard. As you can tell, I don't know when to stop eating, and I don't know when to stop wanting Sunderland to score goals. When he just turns away there, but he forgot to take the ball with him. Ah, yes! Siddiqui's taking the piss. Brobby's taking the piss. Hit Siddiqui! Go on! Diana! Oh, he's missed the ball! Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, that was half a chance there. That was half a chance. Chris Rigg has randomly been booked. I don't even know what he'd done. It just came up saying Rigg's been booked. I don't know what he's done. I've missed it. Too busy chatting away. Which is a good thing on this channel. It's kind of my job. Well, not really. This channel, it kind of is. I don't know. Is this channel part of my job? It's overtime. That's what this channel is. It's overtime. I'm not going to lie. Sticking a 5 on Chris Wood to score the next goal. 11-1. You just know what's coming, don't you? We as West Ham fans, we've seen this story way too often. Chris Wood's bagging the next goal. Anyway, 09 on the ball for Sunderland at the minute. Coming forward with it. Mukiele plays off Solanke and it's a throw in to Sunderland just inside the Spurs half over on this right hand side for Sunderland. Oh, I need Conor Gallagher to win a foul for my bet that I did before the game. Conor Gallagher to be fouled to win 100 quid. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, why is everyone saying that Watkins should have scored? Oh, I'm going to get to see it as well. Right, anyway, I'm going to turn my attention back now. Sorry, everyone, I'm easily distracted. I'm aware of it, and there's nothing I can do about it. Xhaka on the ball. Everyone is saying Watkins has just missed an absolute sitter. Oh, this thing needs me to log out and back in again. I'm going to have to do it. Here he comes. Puts it through for Brobby. Ah, it's overhit. That pass was on. That pass was on. Come on, Diarra. He's just sharpening up. I think he's had a couple of opportunities, Diarra. And I feel like he's got his final pass wrong tonight. That's frustrating. Listen, I just want to say thank you, Brown Bread, who's put £5 super chat in to make me stop singing. I'll stop singing. And Essex Brick saying, always a good laugh for Gio. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I agree with him as I log out and in on my squad builder. It'll be the last time I need to do it though, so that's good. It's not even letting me log back in. Oh, don't do this to me. Why is it broken? Ah, for God's sake, it's broken. Sign in. There we go. Right. I'm back in the room. I'm back in the room. Anyway, it's just come through. Mateta has scored for Crystal Palace. It's Crystal Palace 1. Newcastle United 1. That's going to... I tell you what, this could be a wonderful day for Sunderland, isn't it? Sunderland 1-0 up and Newcastle dropping points away to Crystal Palace. What an achievement it would be for Sunderland to finish above Newcastle United this season. Xhaka, beautiful ball to Brobby to Diarra. Oh, he didn't really go for it, Diarra. You let Mickey van der Ven come and get it there. That's frustrating. Spurs are just terrible. Spurs are absolutely crap. Since the goal, Sunderland are cutting through this midfield now. 10 minutes to go, and probably about 10 minutes of stoppage time. So I think we've got about 20 minutes to go at the Stadium of Light. We need to see some Sunderland subs. I agree. Victor Diarra having a shocker. I agree. He's not had his best game. Frank, I agree with him as well. Sunderland looking leggy. Need some subs. I think if they can freshen up and get the subs right, I think they'll easily go get another one. Ray is bribing me to start singing again. Maybe in a bit, not just yet. Mukiele thumps it off of you doggy's arse, and it's a throw-in. I think that's incorrect, Jazza. I think you need 10 for a 2-game ban. He's on 9. However, I'm pretty sure. Someone Google this for me if you don't mind. If you don't mind. I think after today, it goes up to 15. I think the threshold goes up to 15 yellow cards. And you will get a 3-game suspension if you get 15 yellow cards. But he's not going to get that. That's a lovely ball to Siddiqui. Cuts it back to Rig. It's Rig! Ah, blocked by Van der Ven. Come on, Sunderland. I feel like there's a second goal coming for Sunderland here. They've got to. They've got to get this goal. A couple of subs for Sunderland. Hume coming on. As is Talby. Let's see who's gone off. Chris Riggs gone off, which makes sense. And maybe 09 and then put Mukiele. No, Mukiele himself is going off. So Mukiele's 2 straight swaps for Sunderland. Big goal scorer. I use that loosely. He's gone off. And Hume will come on at right back. And then Talby will come on and replace Chris Rigg. Here you are. Thank you, Quig. St. Premier League gains 1 match ban for 5 yellows in the first 19, 2 for 10 by the 32nd. Yes, I'm correct. I am correct. Yes. And Chris saying the same. It's 10 by the 32nd game. Today is the 32nd game. It's the last game you could get that suspension, which Mosquera did. But Chris, thank you very much. You didn't have to donate to say that, but I appreciate your support. Very kind of you. As Conor Gallagher's on the ball, and I need him to be fouled. Can someone just chop him down? Chop him down! I need Gallagher fouled for £100. Then I'll be very happy. Dive! Muani! That's like the 3rd or 4th dive he's done today. Honestly, what a diving, cheating prick that bloke is. Had he actually just stayed up on his feet and tried to play football, he might be half decent. He's on the ball again. Whoa! Way! He actually gets tackled this time. Well, he deserved that. Diving cheat. That must get right on your tits. Must get absolutely right on your tits, that. You're in a relegation battle and one of your strikers is just trying to cheat. Everyone's saying that Villa have missed another good chance and that they're pushing for the win. Well, it's good they're pushing for the win, but not good that they're missing chances. Come on, Villa! This could be perfect if we could get a late Villa goal and Sunderland win this. What an absolute fantastic afternoon this would be for West Ham. As Hume gives it to Talby. Come on! There's only Brobby in the box. He looks for him. It's not the best cross, though, and it's cut out easily enough. Palhinha on the ball. Out to Muani, who's coming forward here. Ronaldo with a really strong tackle on him, though. He's either diving or getting tackled. Siddiqui on the ball. Plays out to Talby. We've got another troll again. Let's just sort this out. I don't know. Why is my live chat not up to date? Let me refresh that. There we go. How did I get rid of this? Oh God, I think that's it sorted. I think I've got the troll. Anyway, Simmons coming on for Xavi. Simons is coming on for Spurs. It's all right, goat. I've got super sub. What's this? Crystal Palace. Oh, it's Mateta's goal. Bloody hell, that happened about 10 minutes ago. Still, Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1, Sunderland 1, Tottenham 0. Spurs only team not to score in the 2 p.m. games thus far. Hopefully it remains that way as Hume battles Tell on the halfway line and he puts the tackle and wins the ball. But Sarr picks up the loose ball, gives it to Polinia, who spreads out to the right-hand side towards Porto. Well overhit, throw into Sunderland. Yeah, Harry, I do think Sunderland will hold on. Spurs haven't got anything about them, have they? I don't think Spurs have got anything about them at all. They just don't look very good. They're not very good whatsoever. I'm very comfortable that Sunderland are going to win this. I would like them to get another goal, though, but there's going to be a lot of stoppage time here. That's the thing. Hume whips it in. Oh, it bounces away. Robbie wanting a penalty. I don't think so. We'll have a look. I'll look at the replay here, but he went down. There's certainly grappling, but I think the threshold's got to be high. Mike's saying stick the 10-minute thing on. It is on. The weirdo is making a fake account, subscribing, waiting 10 minutes, and trolling, getting banned, making another account, subscribing, waiting 10 minutes. Anyway, the cross came in. It's not a pen for me. There's physical contact. There's a bit of shirt pulling, but it's not enough for my liking. I think the threshold for that needs to be quite high. Otherwise, you'll see a lot of pens. I think Brobby should be doing a little bit better, personally. A bit stronger. I think he went down too easily. Not a pen. Anyway, there is no pen. Play has resumed. Come on, Villa. Come on, Sunderland. Brobby backing off into Danso there. Spurs come away with the ball. And maybe get Brobby off and bring on Isidore. He's looking tired, which is understandable. Ronaldo's ran into Porto. The referee's wanting... It's a free kick. No, it's not. Sadiki's taking a piss out of him there. Still Sadiki. Cross comes in. Oh, Talby didn't gamble. Xhaka's on the ball. Oh, it's not the best ball for Leafy and it's been cleared. Come on, Sunderland. I feel like Sunderland could easily make this 2-0. They're more likely to score than Spurs. There's been 4 minutes added on at Nottingham Forest. Thank you very much, Nick. He's just confirming that there's 4 minutes added on at Villa Park. And Villa are the better team at the moment. Come on, Villa. Come on, Sunderland. I'll be very happy. A draw for Forest and a defeat for Spurs is a really good afternoon for West Ham. Talby gets pushed up by Udogie. Gives it to Tell. Simon's on the ball now for Spurs. Into Udogie. Back out to Tell on this left-hand side. Slank is in the middle. Simon's in the middle. It goes in towards Sarr. And Ronaldo ducks and allows it to go out for a goal kick. As we approach the last 45 seconds of normal time. And I think we're going to get a big 10 minutes here. Because of that head injury, I think we're going to get a lot of stoppage time added on. Spurs in the relegation zone and still look shite. New manager, same shite. Take nothing away. Well, I say take nothing away. Sunderland have been good. Sunderland deserved a win today. But Spurs, they've been absolute dog shit. And it's been wonderful. Moose will take the goal kick for Sunderland. "11 minutes added on at the Stadium of Light. it's expected. It was going to be at least 10, weren't it? The keeper was down for 7-8 minutes. Plus, we've had a goal, quite a lot of subs. Was that Simons? Was that Xavi that was fouled? Was it Xavi that was fouled? Was it Xavi that was fouled? Did he just get pushed? I think it was. Anyway, there's a penalty at Palace. For Palace, who are drawing 1-1 with Newcastle United currently. Tao running at Hume. And bringing Tao down. And he's booked Hume. Free kick to Spurs, right in that corner flag. Oh, don't concede. Do not concede. Everyone in the Premier League needs you to win this game. Everyone does. And Mateta has scored the penalties. It's Crystal Palace 2. Newcastle United 1. A late goal for Crystal Palace in the 94th minute. What a day this is for Sunderland. Winning and Newcastle United getting beat. But they've got to do their bit now. Palace are doing their bit. Now we need Sunderland to do theirs. 9.5 minutes to go at least at the Stadium of Light. Paulo will take the free kick. And Rose. Oh! He tried to catch it and completely got muddled up, and it went out of his hands, but luckily landed on the roof of the net, and it's a corner kick to Spurs. And it's full time at the City ground. It's Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1. A decent point for Nottingham Forest without seeing the game. And it comes from Porto. Alderete with a really good header away there. Right, in it goes from Danso. That's a lovely header by Xhaka to Talby. Really good play there from the Sunderland captain. Under pressure, calm header. Not the best clearance in the world, and it's going to come back at them. Spurs are now pushing. They're piling the pressure on, which is understandable. 1-0 down, 11 minutes of stoppage time, and I know we're already 3 minutes into it. But they're going to have to go for it. 1-0, 2-0. If they get beat 1-0, they might as well just lose 2-0. At this point, they've got to go for it and try and get something. Towel crosses it, headed away by O'Nien. Porto out to Sarr, who's playing right wing for the first time I've ever seen him play right wing. I won my bet, which is good. Xavi did get booked. Fouled, sorry. Xavi got fouled. That was nice. Anyway, Palhinha has fouled Ronaldo. Free kick to Sunderland right by the corner flag. And that's exactly what Sunderland need. De Zerbi's still got the fluff in his hair. Maybe he's keeping it there for a bet or something. Do you reckon someone's giving him a bit of fluff and said, I bet you can't keep this in your hair for an entire duration of the second half? Tell you what, Newcastle are just... That's a big loss for them, isn't it? That is not good. Smidge, the reason is 11 minutes, just in case you don't know, there was an 8-minute stoppage. The Spurs keeper got injured. I don't think 11 minutes is unfair. I think it's a very reasonable amount of time. Spurs 6 minutes at least to try and salvage something from this game. Even though it's all Spurs, Roofs hasn't had to do anything. He's not had a save to make. Have they had a shot on target in the second half, Spurs? Well, they've had 5 shots on target in the game, according to that thing next to me. I don't recall one. Oh, Richarlison did. He had that really tame effort. Anyway, Danso all over Broadby. He's done really well. Sunderland coming forward. Oh, that's a stinking pass. What was that? Fuck's sake, man. There was a chance for Sunderland to break there, and Leify's got it all wrong. Doggy gives it to Xavi. Out to Porto. To Sar, Xavi. 5 minutes to go. Come on. Come on. Porto! Ooh. Good save. Roofs. Tipped over by Roofs. Come on, Sunderland. They need to see this out. We need to see this out. Oh, come on. I feel like nerves are kicking in a little bit. Does anyone else feel, any West Ham fans or Leeds fans in the live chat feeling the same? I understand Sunderland fans will be feeling the same, but it's Porto. That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And it's fucking wonderful. He just had a shot, not a bad effort. Then he goes to cross it and just fucking blasts it high. Honestly, that is fucking dog shit. Brilliant. There we are. You can tell it's the school holidays. Why is it? There we go. Oh, that's just delete the message. Wet spam. Right. If anyone needs help, please phone a friend. Some of you might be really upset. Some of you might be unable to cope after that nasty message in the live chat. Anyway, goal kick to Sunderland. Roofs is taking a minute as Isidore has come on up top to replace Brian Brobby. Good sub. Get a bit of pace on so that if they do go counter-attacking, they can actually counter-attack. I like Isidore. Diarra just hold it in the corner, but he's tried to play off the Spurs defence but didn't manage. But Sunderland are pressing high up the pitch here, and Diarra's put the tackle in, thrown to Spurs. 3 minutes to go, minimum. Come on, Sunderland. It's full time at Selhurst Park. And Mateta brace has given Crystal Palace a 2-1 win over Newcastle United. Pressure is seriously on Eddie Howe. I keep saying it. I keep on saying it. I just don't see Eddie Howe at Newcastle. I just don't see them at Newcastle next season. Him at Newcastle. It's just gone stale. Susan, thank you. She's enjoying the new channel and watch alongs. Hope we survive. Thank you very much, Susan. Very kind of you. And it's a goal kick to Spurs. I was hoping he was going to steal a... I did ban the trolls, by the way. If anyone's suggesting I ban the trolls, I do. They just create a new account and keep coming back. It's a bit weird. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Van der Ven goes forward, but Xhaka wins it. Two minutes to go at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 1, Spurs 0. Kinski has the ball at the minute, and he's Sunderland are pressing high up the pitch. I quite like it. They're giving it to Van der Ven. They've got to get the ball forward, Spurs. They're passing it around as if they've still got half an hour left here. Anyway, Sar's on the ball here up against Ronaldo. Puts it in. It's headed away by Alderete. Leify brings it down, gives it to Isidore, gives it back to him. He's played it back. This is risky and he's lost it. Sar's intercepted it. He puts the cross in. Tal goes down looking for a pen. No chance. Another dive by Spurs. Different player, same methods. Diving cheats. They fucking stink. They absolutely stink. Spurs are honking. They're off to the Championship. In comes a cross. Headed away. Solanke commits a foul and Sunderland have got a free kick on the edge of the 6 yards box with 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. There might be more there might be stoppage time. I always find it weird that they tend to not get much stoppage time, especially when it's 11 minutes. You're telling me you've had no stoppage. There's literally been a sub, but you'd imagine this could be it. Ruth, you'd imagine he's going to take his time. Sunderland, seconds away from a big win for Sunderland and a big win for Leeds United, Nottingham Forest and West Ham United as well. Come on. All eyes on the referee here. Sunderland have possession of the ball with Leafy. Puts it out towards Hume. It's a lazy pass. He's been a bit tired in the last 10 minutes or so. Spurs take the throw in. We're now into stoppage time. Van der Ven goes back. Diarra, bless him, still running around. Kinski goes long. Alderete just thumps it down the middle of the pitch. Out for a throw in to Spurs. Come on, ref. He looks like the watch. Yes! Full time! Full time! Full time! Sunderland 1, Spurs 0. Different manager. Same shite. They're absolutely fucking shit. They played well for about 5 minutes at the very start of the game. Then it was just Sunderland. And then guess who else had the ball? Sunderland. Spurs are absolutely fucking dog shit. They're in the bottom 3. 2 points behind West Ham United. Brighton, not an easy fixture. Up next weekend. They might have changed their manager, but they've still got the same shite fucking players. Same fucking shite tactics as well. They were passing the ball around. They barely had absolutely fucking anything. That was beautiful. Sunderland, thank you very much. As a West Ham fan, I've thoroughly enjoyed that one. Spurs are getting relegated. I've been saying it for weeks on this channel. I had a little look. I think it was the 4th of March. 5 weeks now I've been on here saying Spurs are going down. Spurs are getting relegated. Spurs are going down. Different manager, same shite. They are shit. And that team, watching that Spurs team there, once they went 1-0 down, there was nothing about them. There was no energy. There was no fight. There was no determination. Absolutely nothing. Brian Brobby shoved Romero into Kinski and flattened the goalkeeper. Only Van der Ven was complaining. The rest of them just stood there fucking watching at it. Someone's trying to take your goalkeeper out and they're all like, oh, well, what we're going to do? There is no fight and there is no bottle in this Spurs team. There's absolutely none of it. They are getting relegated. If Leeds, West Ham and Nottingham Forest do okay between now and the end of the season, they'll stay up and Spurs will go down. I'm absolutely convinced. We, as a collective, football fans, we are going to get something fucking beautiful next month, and that's Spurs getting relegated. Anyway, listen, I'm off. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. If you're new to Tartan Geo, please do subscribe. I'll be back next weekend with another watch-along. You lot choose which game I do a watch-along for. I suspect it will be Brighton Spurs, or Spurs-Brighton rather. I suspect it'll be that. It's up to you. But I'll maybe see you next week for the next Spurs game. And they're going to lose again. Spurs are getting relegated, I'm telling you. Right, before I go, I just want to say a massive thank you to Joan. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you, Joan, who's put in a £2 super chat saying, thank you, Gio. Happy Hammers weekend ahead. Yeah, it's been absolutely brilliant. Even Forest dropping points against Villa. They got a point, good point for them. But it's a good result for West Ham. And tomorrow night, we just need Leeds United to lose for a fantastic weekend for West Ham United. But listen, thank you. Beautiful fucking people. Wonderful fucking team, Sunderland. Up the Mackems. Spurs, you're fucking shite. You absolutely stink. Catch you in a bit.